I'm the publisher of This Old Truck magazine. The purpose of buying this old truck was to restore it and follow its restoration in the magazine. But I have too much fun driving it, and I use it too much to make a show truck out of it. So basically, it's just remaining an old truck. I started this old truck 7 years ago. I had been a member of the Light Commercial Vehicle Association. The LCVA was having problems finding people to volunteer to run the operation. So I stepped in and took over the mailing list and started publishing a magazine for those folks. And it's grown substantially since then. It was initially about 900 subscribers. Now I've got in excess of 10,000 subscribers, and it's growing at the rate of a couple of thousand a year. The place we're going is called Shaw's Auto Wrecking. 30 or 40 years ago, it was a regular junkyard where you could go buy used auto parts. But as John Shaw has gotten older, he started just dismantling what's there and taking junk and sorting it and recycling it. He's one of the original environmentalists. He was recycling stuff years before the word environmentalist was ever heard on the TV. When I bought this truck, the fellow I bought it from told me it needed a valve job. So we arrived at a price and knocked off a couple $100 for the valve job that's supposedly needed. After I talked to him for a while, I found out that after a tune-up, putting in a new set of points, it would run just fine for about 50 miles. Then it would start missing and breaking up and run terrible. It ran awful the day I looked at it. When I got it home, I discovered it had the battery in backwards and was using cheap points that only had tungsten on one side. So in about 50 miles, the points were pitted up and beginning to short out. I switched the battery around, put a decent set of points in it. I didn't have any trouble with it for another 5 years. Had some fun driving this. One time a couple of winters ago, I was on this road and the snow was about 1.5 feet deep. Even modern pickup trucks aren't very good in the snow, but this thing, with those tall, narrow tires and no weight in the back, it's like a hog on ice. I just sort of suggested where I wanted it to go and hoped it followed my suggestion. But I got all the way to town without any problem all the way back. This is it, Shaw's Auto Wrecking. An institution in this area.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Shaw.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I got a little bit of steel or metal here that needs to be recycled.
Beautiful day here.
Oh, it's gorgeous. For this time of the year, this is wonderful.
Right all around here. Boy, it's a nice one. What is it? 30 miles?
47.
37. Just for 2 years. Go right in there and
All right. Take a look in there. You want to drive it?
no, better not. But I appreciate it. I love old cars, old vehicles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
This area has always been primarily agricultural. farms seem to be getting bigger, the machinery gets bigger, and small farmers are just about disappearing in this area. Seems like if a guy doesn't have 700 or 800 acres, he can't make a living anymore. I grew up on a farm of 250 acres, and we had a pretty good, I felt, pretty good living. I had a lot of fun on the farm anyway. That's where I learned to drive trucks. We had a late 40s KB5 and a GMC pickup truck. I learned to drive on the KB5 because it had a hand throttle and the GM didn't. And when I was learning, I was too small to be able to reach the gas pedal and see out the windshield at the same time. So Dad would take me out in the field and put it in creeper gear, which was like 5 miles an hour wide open. And I'd drive around all over the fields, chase cows into pasture, and drive it into the creek once in a while. And he'd have to come and get it out. But that's where I learned to drive trucks. That's where I learned to love trucks.